Ryoko is one of those types. Ryoko is one of those types. Man, when she got the crazy Fujoshi looking eyes, all getting all super thirsty about the classical literature, I'm like, nope. No, not my character right there. I'm good. I mean, I get her perspective. I do like Ryoko's perspective in this episode. It's really kind of the idea of, it's similar to what happened with Orb. If for those that did not watch Orb on the movements of the Earth, there's this concept that one of the characters got really deep into in the idea of what was so great about learning how to write and read. And really it was this idea of passing on knowledge, passing on something from yourself to future generations. This idea of immortalizing yourself. And Ryoko's kind of getting the same concept there. It's like this thirst for being able to look into the troubles and the struggles of somebody in the past against their consent. I like how she's put it in against their consent. They had all these regrets and struggles and everything, and we get to read it all without their consent. They have no say in it. We're just going to consume it and indulge in it. It's like, oh my gosh, girl, chill. Like I said, she had Fujoshi face going on. She had the Fujoshi face going on. Anyways, episode 4 of Flower and Asura, decent episode. Wasn't my favorite of the season so far. I mean, the first 3 episodes have been absolutely fantastic, but they're brewing something. This writer is cooking something with On, and I have my theories around what they're going to be doing with her, and it kind of fits into what I've been saying for a while now, but let's get in the episode proper, opening up with, yes, Mizuki spoiling the hell out of Hana. She liking Hana. She's doting all over her, and it's interesting because, and again, I think this is going to tie into what's going on with On, is the entire time On's off to the side doing her own thing and taking it seriously. And it doesn't look like she's too happy with what's going on between Mizuki and Hana. They're over here just having fun, and she's over here taking it seriously. I do wonder if there is a side right here specifically, and again, technically at the very last scene, of On almost being jealous. Like she wants to be a part of that. And I think that's really going to end up being part of it in the end, is this idea that, yes, she used to do recital, and she liked it. It was something that she loved, but she gave it up for announcing because that was the route that she could take where her skills were going to, flourish. This was the way that makes sense. That's kind of like what Matsuyuki said. She said, "Ski," is the idea of going for something that you're just born with. You're born to do that. You might as well do that rather than struggle and push in a realm that you just don't have the innate talent for. But yes, we eventually get into the lunch breaks and getting into the lunch broadcast, which yes, Mizuki ends up pulling Hana into. Hana, girl, my heart was breaking for her. I mean, the nervousness that she had sitting there. And it sucks because, yes, technically Mizuki tried to push her into ad-lib. And she even said beforehand, we have a script, don't worry about it, just read the script, you can go by the script. And then immediately goes to ad-lib, and I'm like, that was wrong. I'm sorry, Mizuki, that was wrong. But I do like that. I do like the idea of trying to push Hana in order to accept that. And it was, honestly, Mizuki believed that she's been doing this for a long time. But I will agree here that, and at least what they're portraying with the story, talking on a radio and talking in front of a crowd of kids is 2 completely different things. And yes, back when Hana used to do a lot of recitals in front of people, she was doing it in front of a bunch of kids and adults and people that she's known her whole life. This is different than going onto a broadcast to the entire school of kids your age. There is like, if I screw up here, that could ruin my entire school life. Over here, whatever, the kids giggle or whatever because you flubbed up a word. Those are 2 completely different things. So the idea of saying, well, you've done this all the time, you've spoken in front of people all the time, you're used to it, right? That in everything that I have done, whether it's be YouTube, podcasting, in my last job, speaking in front of a large group of corporate individuals, everything that I have done where I've spoken in front of people, the feeling is completely different with every single one of them. Now, I will say that because of my experience with one, it does help me be a lot more comfortable than another, but there is a different feeling with each one. So it makes sense that Hana right here is going to choke really quickly. She's going to choke really quickly, and my heart broke for her. But I do like the fact that, yes, you're never going to learn unless you just push yourself out there. Go and try it. Try this out. And Mizuki did really well in kind of following her up and saving it. Not letting her sit there and just kind of... and just, mulch and burn. She's like, okay, I'll carry it back. Hey, what about this? Okay, she's struggling. Pick it back up. It's okay. I'll take it from here. She did pick up very quickly and kind of carry on from there. So I did really kind of appreciate that. But I do love the following scene getting with Miko. We need more Miko. This show needs more Miko. I love Miko. It's the cat face. I know. Nekoi is her name. Yeah, fitting name. I like the cat face. She looks cute. Tan girl, best girl. But no, I do like the scene with her because, yes, one end it is Hana not realizing she has a friend right in front of her. I talk to you literally every lunch break, but for some reason, or every break, but I don't know that you're my friend. But I love it because it was for sure Miko sort of showing Hana that she was listening. Because, yeah, she listened to Hana's broadcast. She's like, oh, yeah, I heard you on there. You were on there, right? I didn't hear much of you. But then she was replying to what the broadcast was and giving Hana her perspective there. That, yes, I have an answer for that question, is that I'm looking forward to this educational trip that we're doing. Mizuki asked during the broadcast what you were looking forward to, and this is my answer. And then just, yeah, being friends and having that casual conversation, then eventually saying, yeah, she said something about, talking like friends. Well, just do like we do. We're friends, right? I thought we've been talking to each other the last few days. Why are we not friends? And then, yes, Hana taking that and using that in the second broadcast was super cute. But yes, I completely skipped it, but there was a scene with An, where she's confronted by Hana about what she's planning on reciting. And she was looking at classical literature. She said, don't do that. You're going to put yourself at a disadvantage. This makes perfect sense. Anybody that has read anything classical, really old, the whole thous and thus and all that kind of stuff, something that's really old literature, it's hard to understand a lot of this stuff. Like the way that they talk and the way that they structure their sentences is very different. And yes, there's a lot of difficulty in sort of portraying that as well. An is telling Hana, don't do that. You're going to put yourself at a disadvantage. And yes, Hana, again, is all about winning. She's all about winning. She doesn't care what you enjoy, doesn't care about what might be, more fun to do. All she cares about is what will win. And yeah, I like how Hana asked Ryoko about that, and Ryoko's honest. Yeah, she's right. It's going to be more difficult for you. Not just difficult for you to read and interpret, but it's also going to be difficult for people to understand. That's, I think, the bigger point there, is because that's like even for somebody like Matsuyuki, who they've pointed out is a very smart guy, and he can use that knowledge for his benefit, even he would probably struggle in the idea that people won't understand what he's saying. He can know what it means, but how can you portray it in a way that people understand it? It's a good point. And yeah, Ryoko's response to that is that, I don't care though, because I still enjoy it. And the hope is that the way that you portray it will still be entertaining by people, that they'll get a sense of it in the end. And even with Hana, when she listens to Ryoko, do her speech about the beach and the moon and all that kind of stuff, and not wanting to wait because you'll miss that beautiful moon and whatnot, even Hana is struggling to understand everything that she's saying there, or at least what the context is. So it is an interesting look into that whole idea of liking that classical literature and loving it and all that kind of stuff, but at the same time, still fully acknowledging that there is a difficulty that will come from how people perceive it in a competition. You can love it all you want. Ryoko loves it. Ryoko really, really loves it. But in the end, that could put you at a disadvantage. And even if Ryoko nails it and does an incredible job, gets on that stage and does a beautiful job, in the end, she could possibly be docked just based on the idea that it wasn't portrayed in a way that they would understand. The crowd didn't understand it. The judges didn't understand it. Something there. There seems to be a bit there about, yes, technically changing it to contemporary too. Having rewrote classics done in a contemporary way, in a modern way. And yes, in a lot of cases, that stuff could be changed as well. It's very fascinating stuff. I don't know other people. This stuff kind of fascinates me, which, again, it does technically make sense to me as well. Anyways, as she's thirsting, Mizuki shows up and is like, yeah, she's a classic literature hentai. Setora's over there like, choice of words there. Poor Setora's over there like, yeah, welcome, Hana. I've been dealing with this for years. But yes, they end up having another broadcast, and Ryoko talks her into going there and also makes her ad-lib. That was wrong. But again, knowing now that she just needs to talk like it's a friend, and I think a lot of it has to do with Ryoko being a little bit more nurturing and more comforting. And yes, technically kind of showed another side of herself, exposed herself and being that classic literature hentai. And the fact that she was more comfortable there. And again, I love the fact that she brings up what Miko said. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this whole educational thing because we're going to make these marshmallows together. It was super cute. And then Miko over there like, yay. I love it. That was super sweet. And again, at the very end there, having An crush that container. I don't think she likes it. And again, there's two sides of me right now that's going on with Anna. This is definitely something that's going to brew into something that I hope is executed well. Again, I love this writer, Sanifonium writer. I love this writer. But I will admit, I wasn't a big fan of season 1 of Sound Euphonium. And the reason I wasn't a big fan of Sound Euphonium season 1, even though I think the second 2 seasons were absolutely amazing, the OVAs and everything were absolutely amazing, they get a little stuck in the melodrama. I'm really afraid that An might slip into that melodrama area. We'll see though. Because I think this writer's writing, I'm assuming this was wrote after Sound Euphonium. This writer's writing has gotten better over time. And yes, a lot of what Sound Euphonium was altered a little bit by Kyoto Animation. They didn't really keep strictly to the source material from what I understand. We'll see though. But where I'm seeing where they're going with On right now is, again, that she is watching how everybody's having fun. And again, she wants to take it seriously and she wants to win. So she doesn't like them messing around. She wants to take it seriously and show them that her way is the best way. Even though obviously we're seeing that Hana is evolving quite a bit by the comfort that she's finding in this club. That I think if Hana took it too seriously, she probably wouldn't stay in the club. But again, from An's perspective, that's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. Don't do that. You're wasting time. Don't do the classical literature. You're going to lose. She's trying to help Hana in her own way, but at the same time, she wants to take it seriously. And I think that sign of frustration at the end of the episode, I'm wondering if that might be a sign of her seeing herself in Hana. I have very little doubt that that's going to be what An's story is in the end, is Hana is An. In the past, she was me. I like this thing. I love doing it, had a lot of passion for it, had fun with it, but I realized at some point I had to give it up. Hana's not going to give it up, and that frustrates her because she's focused on winning and Hana's focused on having fun. I gave it up, she didn't, and she's having fun. I don't like them having fun. Take it more seriously. I'm wasting my time here with you people because you're not taking it seriously. You're all having fun on the broadcast. I think that's the direction it's going, and I kind of don't want to. So far, I like An's character. I do like her character so far because I think she's going to have a very interesting take on this whole situation, but we'll see. I just realized we didn't see Shodai at all this episode. Did Shodai quit? After that meeting with Kishijoji, Shodai just quit. I think they showed him like a brief moment. Anyways, good episode overall. Like I said, not my favorite episode. Not too much to really discuss here, even though I did end up talking quite a bit. I always end up talking quite a bit with this show. It was still a good episode. Anyhow, that's my thoughts on episode 4 of Flower and Asura. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit the like button down below. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe before you leave. If you like this content, you want to support time more, I have links in the description below. Greatly appreciate it, guys. Until next time, y'all take care.